Today, here at Slips Entertainment, I am going to bring you my personal top 5 Dragon Quest VIII boss fights. Now, I want to hear your opinions at the end of this video. I really do. If you agree with my list, then frickin' right, I did it right. If not, give me your best boss fight. Why it's your favorite one. I want to know because this game is a masterclass game. It holds a place in my heart, obviously, since it was how I opened up my channel, basically. But this is why I want to do this. I want to go over this because I want to find out what other people think about this game, too, and what their struggles were. I want to hear what you guys have to say, but right now we're going to get into my top 5 list. So, what I want to do is I want to go in with number 5. Number 5 is a fun one. That is Evil Sir Leopold. Evil Sir Leopold is a son of a bitch. And I mean a son of a bitch. So, his high health pool is the only intimidating factor about him. He has over 4,200 health. His attacks, while manageable, can also hurt at the same time, depending on what conjunction of attacks he does, because this man attacks twice per turn. That kind of sucks. I wish my hero could attack twice per turn. Well, if you have the Falcon Blade, you can. But that's beyond the point. I want to go into his moveset, though. He does have a normal attack. If he hits you with that twice, it's not so bad. He also does a cold breath attack. This thing will hit all your people, and it hurts a little bit but when you're at this far in the game, it's not gonna kill you. His intimidating scream, if he hits more than one of your party members, can absolutely wreck your playthrough. And the main thing that really scares me on him is his desperate attack. His desperate attack is absolutely insane. It does a lot of damage. It hurt my feelings a few times if you actually go back and watch those videos. So again, his most intimidating fact is his health pool. He's just a sponge. He eats. And what you'll see is that if you actually go through and watch my playthrough, I don't struggle too much, but the man started getting a little beefy there in the middle of it, and then I kind of figured it out. So he makes my top 5 list because he is a sponge. He takes some time, and he kind of sucks. But what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next one. So at number 4, we're going to have Dhoulmagus First Form. Now, why I'm going to break Dhoulmagus apart into 2 different sections is because you've been chasing this man around for half the frickin' game. This man is the main enemy. He's the reason why you are on your quest. Or so you think. But, of course, there's other people pulling the string behind it, or single person, or demon, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not going to use a name right now because I'm going to move on. So, this one made the list because he's the first true fight. He is the first time you really see true mechanics of how the in-game fights are going to be. But you also have a chance to smack the Joker around who had you chasing all over God's creation. So that's really nice. Now, again, he's not as intimidating health pool-wise as Evil Sir Leopold, but the man, when you first get to him, you are on the cusp of being able to beat him or not beat him just because of his movesets and his skills. Now, what's nice is, it's a very straightforward fight, other than the fact there are some surprise moves. I'm going to get into that right now. So what he does is he opens up. He summons 2 clones of himself. They have about 600 HP each, and they hit like the original. So, I mean, it's like you're fighting 3 of him, but again, they just don't stack up the same way. His moves, as such, can kind of hurt. He's got a normal attack, which is single target. Yeah, wind sickles, single target, it doesn't really matter. Throw debris, that kind of hurts a little bit because I think it hits twice. 1,000 whips hits your whole party, and you have a thin air attack, which also hits your whole party. Now, I want to get into the worst moves of all that he will use, and if he uses them constantly, it can really ruin your playthrough, basically, on that fight. So, his eyes gleam. And basically, that's dazzle, and it goes against your whole it goes against your a single target. And if it puts the wrong person to sleep, it can really screw everything up. And then this is the introduction of Wave of Ice, which is the bane of all my existence. I hate Wave of Ice, but you learn to deal with it. At the same time, he has a multi-heal, which if you focus on the main one, it's not such a big deal because it's only going to heal him. And then also, he'll laugh at you. He mockingly laughs at you. And I hate that gesture for that. But, as I took a deep breath and moved into the next one, I'm going to move into number 3 now, which is Dhoulmagus' second form. And why I chose the second form of Dhoulmagus in this is the fact that he's a son of a bitch. I really do not like him. The first time I went in, I didn't realize that I had to go in and fight him back to back. So what ends up happening here, of course, is I wiped out. That's why you see in the beginning there it says, "Oh, welcome back." But moving on, his health pool, and which makes him a little more intimidating than the previous one, is that he has 2,700 health, which is a lot more health than, I mean, not much more health, but when you think about it from where you're at versus where the game where you're fighting him, that's a lot of health. That's more health than anything you've ever fought before. But you also notice he looks a little more evil, and his arsenal of attacks is completely different. So he will hit you with normal attacks. He'll hit you with combo attacks. And that combo attack hits you 5 times, average of about 100 to 120 damage on a single target. That can hurt when you're level 30 or so. When I was in this, that sucked. Could sizzle and could crackle, ice and fire, blah, 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 all damage across. But he also belches fire, which is strange, but again, it hurts as well. The feather arrow, that one, if he uses it back to back, actually hurts a lot. It hurts a hell of a lot. And he also has, of course, the 2 things that really piss me off, which are Intimidating Scream and Wave of Ice. Now, those 2 moves, again, you're going to notice these in-game fights, they have these moves, again, like a dazzle or a sleep or a wave of ice to knock your status effects away, or the intimidating screen to knock you down. Now, I can say this, it can ruin it. Intimidating scream can ruin a move if 2 to 3 people get knocked down, especially if you say like Hero or Angelo gets knocked out. That sucks, because then at that point in time you got to rely on who for heals? Yangus? Yeah, good luck. But enough dabbling around with Dhoulmagus and his forms. He really pushed me to use strategies, but what I'm going to go into is my next one. This one I'm really excited about because I have a lot more to say about it. So, at number 2, I'm going to bring you Rapthorne. Now, I'm going to bring you Rapthorne Final Form. Jeez, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? And boy, oh boy, is this fight a long one. You better be prepared. You better have some time. You better have not made plans, because this fight can take you anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. And believe me, I think it took me a good bit of an hour. But this fight, especially phase 1 of this fight, is just more about tanking the damage that you basically receive, healing, and then using this item that everyone in your party has called the God Bird Scepter. Now, everyone in the single turn has to use that scepter. You'll summon a sage. Now, not only do you have to do that in between that, while healing and getting hit by moves like Kafrizzle, Kaboom, Anger from the Gods, which is a 4-time random hit, like Meteor Storm, that can hit the same target 4 times and do a crap ton of damage. He also has moves that will, like, flings a ball from his staff, and that can hit twice randomly or the same target twice, which does a shit ton of damage. And, of course, the worst move of all, in my opinion, Wave of Ice. I hate Wave of Ice. All those stats. Now, in this fight, it's not that bad, because you're not necessarily boosting your people up. You may try to tension to heal and get that extra buff, but you're not using it so frequently where it's going to affect you. The man will also do what Dhoulmagus did and laugh right in your frickin' face. Like, you're no challenge. But, moving on, if you're able to pull this off and do these 7 summonings of the sages, What's nice is you go into a little cutscene, and these sages are very nice to you. They will say, oh, hey, listen, you just got your shit kicked in, and you couldn't do anything about it, so we're going to heal you and restore your magic points at least. Oh, thank you so much. That's appreciated greatly. And then we go into Phase 2. And my oh my, this man's health pool makes me sick. It makes me sick. 5,600 plus health. And he opens up a playbook of moves that just completely shits on you. You have Kafrizzle still. And then his eyes glow eerily. And at that point in time, he puts someone to sleep. So if your healer or your reviver go down, well, that kind of sucks. Luckily, by now, you should have, like, Sage Stone and stuff like that, so you should be able to kind of counterbalance it, and you have items to restore and revive if necessary. But then you also have a Blazing Fire and Cold Breath. Those moves, of course, you know, Fire and Ice, they kind of suck. But after time, of course, you have your attribute advantage items where you'll be able to resist some of the fire and the ice more so the moves won't hurt as bad, but they still hurt. Now, the ominously chance for meteors move, that one can completely hurt you if it catches you off guard, as well as he smashes down with his arm, and that move is a painful one. That one almost took me out a couple times, I feel like. He also does the fling ball from staff again, while also adding to the fact that Wave of Ice now will shit on your parade if used at the wrong moment, because you're trying to tension grind, you're trying to do everything, and it kind of sucks, because once you get something moving and grooving, you have your people all beefed up, and then all of a sudden he sits there and takes it all away. And then you feel kind of crippled. But at the same time, it is what it is. You move on from that. Now, what I did not see in my playthrough is there is a move that I know he used. I remembered it from back in the day because it wiped me out many a times when I first played the game. Is that he would like release all his magical energy, and that move, if I recall, he would wipe out my party, like my entire party, because it did so much damage. Maybe because I was underprepared at the time, or maybe because I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. But that man literally kicked my shit in more times when I was a teenager than he did this time around. I was actually very surprised with how well this went through. But I didn't notice him use that move. I may have missed it, but I did go through about like 60 hours of footage to even make this video, so that if I missed it, leave a comment, and I'll probably try going reviewing it and updating as I go. I'll correct myself if I need to, but if someone wants to do it for me, go ahead. By all means, that'd be cool. I want to hear what you'll have to say, of course. But my kind of closing notes for this man is that he will spank you relentlessly. Again, as I mentioned, this fight took me a solid like hour, and it hurt me. It hurt my soul. But I'm gonna say this: Rapthorne was nothing compared to number one on the list, and number one on the list will be kind of a culmination. It's the Dragovian trials. I'm gonna do all the post game. I'm gonna put all the dragons together. But I'm gonna go based off of my experience. I only beat the Vermilion Dragon, and why I've stopped there is because, of course, work has become a little more time-consuming, and I haven't been able to go back to Dragon Quest VIII, which kind of hurts my feelings as I continue through my RPG channel. I'm also going to do top 5s of everything else that I'm going to play, and I'm going to include other fun little tidbit things, hopefully a couple top 5 listings that people can enjoy. But I want to go into the Lord of the Dragovians and the Vermilion Dragon in a little greater detail. So the Lord of the Dragovians, you fight him first to kind of start this Dragovian trials. He's not that hard. It's pretty easy. But then you go into his human form when you fight the Vermilion Dragon. You got to fight that first. He uses a Dragovian seal, and again, it didn't touch me as you see in my playthrough. But I'd like to know actually what it does. I haven't done any kind of research on that. and I don't remember from when I first played, but I wanna know. I mean, if anyone knows what the Dragovian seal does, or what it like how it affects your characters, let me know in the comments. I really would like to hear it because um, I wanna communicate with you guys instead of sitting there telling you guys what to do. If you guys can tell me something I don't know, I'm fucking excited about that. That means you guys are watching. But what I do want to do is I want to go over the Lord of Dragovian's movesets for a little bit, and then I'm going to move on to the Vermilion Dragon. So the Lord of the Dragovians, again, that Dragovian seal, which I don't know did anything, but he also uses a thin air attack. He does a crouch and a thrust, and that man will psych himself up. And I mean, when he psychs himself up and then does that crouch and thrust, that thing hurts. It hurts a lot. I mean, damn, that thing hurt my feelings a little bit. But what I do want to say is after you beat him, he transforms. And then the health pool jumps up to 5,000. Damn. And after Rapthorne, that doesn't seem like much because he has a little more, but his attack set is very devastating. He uses a Scorching Flame, and then, of course, he attacks, and he can attack twice, if I recall. But his Desperate Attack can one-shot anyone. I mean, anyone in your party, and that sucks. And especially since he can use it not only back to back, I've had that happen, but also in successive turns. And that is just devastating. I mean, when you're sitting there, and, oh man, I just revived Homeboy, up dead again. That sucks. So that's why this fight is a little more technical. Now, again, when I came in here, I was level 40. And level 40 is not a very good area, but it's not impossible, as you see. I don't have Dragon Soul, I don't have any of that shit. So I'm using what I have available to beat this man. And it was a little bit of a challenge, but I did do it. Now going into more of the moves, he does have the Intimidating Scream, which can knock back your people. 2 or more go down, as I mentioned before, and it sucks. Now the worst possible move he has is Giga Flash. Now I hate Giga Flash. It blinds your whole entire party. It can make the whole entire fight harder because blindness reduces accuracy. I think the only way you can get rid of it is by dying. From what I hear, you could have used bounce to reflect it back to him. I just want a confirmation of that. If anyone knows for sure, tell me in the comments. That would actually help me out. If any of the other dragons also have Giga Flash, I'll be ready for it the next time around. Or if there's a item that you can have, equip, or use, please, yeah, let me know. Because I want to continue doing this. I want to see it to its completion so I can get the true ending. But now I get to the closing section. That is my top 5. These are my personal favorite fights to date from where I currently am at. And if you agree, let me know in the comments section. Throw a like, throw a subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it because I just want to spread this content out to the world. And of course, the more people who view it and like it and see it, the more people who get to share the experience with. And that's really what this is all about. I want to share these experiences with you. So in short, this is Slips Entertainment bringing you his top 5 Dragon Quest VIII personal favorite bosses to fight. And again, if you like it, like, subscribe, comment, and share the love. Catch you guys next time. See you.